What's up, honey buns? Ugh. Oh my god, I missed you so much. Come give mama some sugar. Mwah, 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 mwah. Okay. I'm back with another story time. Because that's just who I am now. Yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it, girl. Baby girl, I missed you so much. So, like I told you last time, any good story time, you gotta lay out the scene. Okay, I'ma lay out the scene. I'ma give you the details. Okay, so this story time took place in 2010. And you're probably wondering, why the hell are all these whole stories from 2010 to 2012? And honestly, I don't even know. Like, post 2012, I have zero story times. Like 2013, boring. 2015, honestly, I feel like it was sort of a filler year. 2017, let me just tell you what was happening in 2017. I was in 9th grade, and I was still watching the Disney Channel. So I think it's safe to say I probably don't have any story times from them. 2020, I don't think I have to even say anything about that. But anyway, I decided, why should I even live in the present when I can just reminisce on my pre-pubescent years? I mean, for real, those pre-pube years hit different. Back when I was a pre-pube, I'd grab the world. This is the world. And I'd grab it. And the world would be my playground. And now when I grab it, like, no matter how much I grab it, like, shit just doesn't hit different anymore. Y'all gotta tell me when I'm rambling. For real. Okay, let's get into the story now. So, let's lay out our setting. So, back in 2010, for a brief 6-month period, me, my sister, and my mom used to live in my hometown with my grandparents. So both my grandparents live in the same town, and we used to just like switch houses and live with them a few nights here, a few nights there. Okay, and so that meant that I went to the same school as my 2 cousins and my sister. We all went to the same school. So now, let's establish our characters. First of all, we have me, the most important character. We've got my sister, who we're just gonna call my sister. So to protect my cousin's privacies, I'm gonna be giving them different names. My older cousin, who we're gonna call Mad Dog, and my younger cousin, who we're gonna call Fernanda. And then we have other side characters like my uncle, my aunt, my mom, my other aunt, my grandma. My grandma's kind of a doozy in this one, but like, we're just gonna call them that. Like, we're not gonna come up with names for them. We don't have time for this, baby girl. Let's keep going. So, the school that my cousins, my sister, and I went to, we had 2 options here. So every day at lunchtime, we could either choose to bring a lunch from home, so then we'd eat it at the school. Or, if you lived close enough to the school, then at lunchtime, you could go back home, eat lunch, and come back in time for the afternoon classes. And guess who lived close enough to go home for lunch at the school? Us. So every day when the lunch bell rang, we'd get all excited. We'd just be like, let's get it. And then we'd like jump in our rickshaw and we'd speed home and, get some of that grub. So on this particular day, we get home and we're like hungry as hell. Like, it was dead ass, like 110 degrees outside. We were parched, we were hungry, and the teachers were teaching some random shit, like that shit that like physically drains your soul. Yeah, it was probably that kind of a lesson that day. So we were all hungry as hell. We finally make it home. We're sitting on the floor to eat because that's just how Indians eat. Don't judge. I'm done. I'm not here for it. Anyway. So we're all sitting on the floor, and then my grandma starts bringing out the plates, and I'm just like, okay. And then she starts bringing out the rice and putting it in our plates, and I'm just like, okay, I see you, girl, I see you. Let me get that. Let me just get ready. Just, yeah. And then she brings out the first curry, and I just go from that to, like, dead ass, it goes like this. the hell is that? No, no, disgusting.
Disgusting!
No, but you know what? It's cool. It's cool. I'm good. I'm calm. The vibes aren't killed yet. My chakras aren't... There's a little bit of tension in the chakras, you know. But that's okay. They're still aligned. They're still spinning. We're good. And I'm good because I know that there's another curry, right? So then my grandma brings out the other said curry. And I take one look at it and I'm just like... Girl, you thought, bye. May I please speak to the manager, okay? Because my vibes are killed. My chakras are disaligned. They are spinning out of fucking control, okay? I'm not cool, I'm not chill, I'm no longer all right, okay? Let me see your manager because these curries, unacceptable, disgusting.
Disgusting!
For the most part, I try not to be a Karen, but when I come home hungry and you make not one, but two disgusting curries, you know what? It's over for me. And before I knew it, I was halfway across the hall on the phone with my rickshaw driver, asking him to pull the fuck up so he can take me the hell back to school because I am not eating this lunch. Okay? I'm not eating this lunch. You know why? You know why? Because I deserve better. I deserve better. That's why. And you're probably like, you're just being too dramatic, you know? And honestly, I agree with you. Maybe I was, but you know what? No, I wasn't. Because guess who was right behind me? My cousin Mad Dog. So if one person hates a curry and is like running halfway out the house, then maybe it's just them being a picky eater. But if Mad Dog runs out too, what the hell is in the basket? Oh, it's my laundry basket. But anyway, if Mad Dog was behind me, that means he hated the curries too. He hated them. So I have every reason to be angry because two people cannot hate the same curry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we were served injustice in the form of those curries, okay? And I don't know where your morals and your values stand, but me, I do not stand up for injustice anywhere at any time by anyone. Period. Period. So me and Mad Dog decide to boycott that lunch. We're not going to eat this. I don't care if we're going to starve, but we aren't going to eat this. So we go stand outside the house just waiting for our rickshaw driver to come and take us the fuck back to school because I cannot stand being in this place of injustice anymore. Anyway, so we're just like standing outside, and then my grandma comes back to convince us because she feels really bad. And honestly, no, I was not having it, okay? Grandma knew exactly what she was cooking when she was cooking it. She knew it was nasty. She knew it was gross, okay? But you know what she didn't know? She didn't know not to test me, okay? Don't test me. Don't test me. But I do love my grandma. But this was just one of those situations where I will not take it. I will not stand for this, okay? But I still love you, Grandma. Love you.
And no shade. No shade. No.
I look into the house, and you know what I realized? You know what I realized? I literally see my sister and Fernando sitting on the floor, eating that curry up like it's their last meal, okay? They're taking some of that curry, some of that rice, and shoveling that shit down their mouth, and I'm just like, you know what? It's times like these where you realize who really stands for you. And in my case, it was only Mad Dog. So anyway, so that horrible lunch is over. Delete. So I go to school, and then the whole afternoon, I am like so hungry. I can't concentrate on my classes, but my teachers won't stop teaching because like they don't care about my home life, apparently. But anyway, they kept teaching and I could not concentrate. I was fucking hungry, for real. And then I come home, we get back in our, like we're in our rickshaw, we get off in. I see my grandma at the gate and I'm just icy. I'm livid, okay? I'm not like, miss me with that curry shit. Like, miss me with that, for real. But then something really cute happened. So my grandma felt really bad that me and Mad Dog had not eaten lunch that day. So she gave a 500 rupee note to my uncle and told him to take us to our favorite restaurant.
What are we about to eat at?
So our uncle had a motorcycle, so it had to be him, and only 2 other kids could ride with him, so he had to make 2 trips to the restaurant. So the first trip was obviously me and Mad Dog, because we were excited and we were hangry, okay? We just needed to get there first. So he drops me and Mad Dog there, and we're standing outside while he goes back to get my sister and Fernando, who technically should not have been even allowed to come, because they decided to eat that horrendous curry. But anyway, whatever. You can't have everything, right? But anyway, so while me and Mad Dog are outside this restaurant waiting for my sister and Fernando to get here, we start looking into the restaurant and we devise a game plan, okay? We are so hungry. We make a deal. We shake hands, okay? We're like, as soon as we get in this place, we are gonna absolutely tear that shit apart. As soon as our butts hit the table booth thing, we are ordering every goddamn thing up in this joint, and we are gonna eat every last bite of this shit. So my sister and Fernando finally get here, and we finally get inside the apartment, the 4 of us and my uncle, who comes to join. He's not really here to eat, and even if he wanted to eat, I don't think we'd let him. We would eat off his plate anyway. So we're sitting there, and me and Mad Dog are determined as hell, okay? We know what we're gonna do, but you know what? We're also very rational. Super smart.
See, I'm telling you, I have the mind of a I have the mind of a mastermind. What's that? I don't know, but you know, I'm so creative like that.
So, we are ready to ease ourselves into a coma. If you start stuffing yourself immediately like a turkey, you're gonna go into the coma for sure. We just don't know if you're gonna come back out. But if you eat slow, enjoy every little bite, you're looking at a real good time, sweetie. This isn't child's play. This is science. And me and Mad Dog had a PhD in this shit, okay? Educate yourself. So my uncle shows us the menus and he's like, what y'all want? And I'm like, what y'all want?
Oh, yeah.
We decide to start off slow. We decide to get the basics, the carbs. So we get some fried noodles, some fried rice, some fried pizza? No, we got a tiny pizza, and then we got a round of soft drinks to swallow that shit and keep it down for good. So this stuff gets delivered to our table, we eat it, we have a good time, and guess what happens? My uncle, he really thought that was it. Like, he really thought that was it. Boy, we just getting started. Round 2. So we realized that we kind of made a mistake. We ate the main course first. We ate the carbs first. But that's all right. That don't mean we don't have no space left in our stomachs, because we do. And if we don't, we gon' accommodate the other organs to make sure we have enough space. Okay, because ain't nobody leaving here empty stomached. So we start getting our appetizers. Okay, we ain't tripping. Let's get it. We got spring rolls. We got samosas. We got veggie puffs. We got chicken puff. We got paneer puff. We got, name a type of puff. We got it. We got Manchuria. We got more pizzas. Like. So all of these items get to our table and we start eating, and halfway through this round, we hit a slight speed bump. Not a big one, just a tiny one. We're starting to slow down a little bit. No big deal, baby girl. We're gonna go. We're gonna keep it going, okay? Just a little bit slower than the beginning. So, you know, no big deal. We're just like shifting in our seats, you know, making some more space in the organs area, unbuttoning our jeans, just, you know, accommodation is what we're doing. Never in my life did I think that I could ever order too much food for me to finish. Much more order too much food for a whole group of people to finish. But that's exactly what we had done. We ordered too much food and it was starting to taste like shit. Okay, so like our table is like full of all these items that we took like a single bite of and we were like, not today, no ma'am. Miss me with that. But so we're just sitting there and my uncle's like, looks like y'all are finally done, huh? And I'm just like, I just did not want to leave that place for some reason, okay? When you have an opportunity to eat all that you can, what do? Do you just fucking leave after the appetizers? No, you don't. I mean, we did already eat like the stuff before, but like still, do you fucking leave? Well, I'm not gonna, okay? But like my mom was like super concerned about me all the time. So like if she learned that I was eating this, I ate this much in like this little time, like she would freak out. So I was like, you know what? Okay, I guess maybe we should go home. But then Mad Dog looks at me and I'm like, and I know how he's looking at me, okay? I know what he's about to do. So I try to like not make eye contact. But you know what? It's too late. He's looked at me and he's just like, I know you ain't full. I know you ain't full. And I'm just like, I mean, I could eat. So now we've essentially run out of dishes in this restaurant that we're at, this fine establishment that we're at, but we don't want to leave. So we go to their counter thing where they have this like glass display of like the most random food. It's probably been there for weeks. It's probably expired, but we don't care. We just don't want to leave and we'll do anything to not leave. So we start ordering every single thing that we see. And I'm just like, I don't even know what that is, but I know that I want it in my mouth. So like the second I even like lay my eyes on something, it's brought to the table.
I see it, I like it, I want it.
I got it! Yes, bitches! Chocolate vanilla swirl with cookie crunch.
And I'm ordering like crazy. And the whole time my uncle's just sitting there like speechless. So we ordered like about 10 more of these things. And this time it was more like dessert stuff. It was like, you know, tiny cakes and like, you know, ice cream and like, you know, dessert stuff, obviously. So this stuff comes to the table and yeah, never order anything that's on display because that shit is open to the whole restaurant, all kinds of atmospheres, all kinds of smells, all kinds of shit. So you know what, never order anything because that's, every single item on that tasted like trash. So please don't do that. Don't get yourself sick. But we ordered this and now we were getting really scared because we knew we couldn't finish it and packaging isn't really a thing back then. So we're just sitting there like, okay, let's leave. So at this point, my uncle looks at us and he's like, y'all finally done? And we're just like, guess so. So he calls for the check and it comes over and, you know, he just looks at it, takes a real long, you know, an uncomfortably long look through every single thing that was on that piece of shitty paper. And then he looks around the table at us. Then he looks at me and I'm just like, yo, pay up. The hell are you looking at an 8-year-old for? What do you want me to do? Turns out the bill had come in to dead ass around 500 rupees. So the exact amount that my grandma had given him. And I know in today's world, if you live in India, you know that 500 rupees is really nothing. But you know, 10 years ago in 2010, 500 rupees was like, yeah, you might have to put your house on mortgage. You know why? It was a little serious, okay? So, so four kids less than 10 years old were able to rack up a bill of 500 rupees. So that's just where we're at. So my uncle somehow can't believe that we had managed to eat this much shit up. So he goes to the counter and he's like, are y'all sure this, like we ate every single one of these? I'm like, you know that we ate all of this. Like you were right there as dish after dish kept coming to our table. I don't know why he couldn't accept it, but you know what, he couldn't. But then the owner was like, yeah, y'all did eat that. So, you know. So then my uncle reluctantly pulls out this 500 rupee note that my grandma had given him and he hands it over to the guy. And we're like, okay, let's get out of here. You know what, I really needed to shake a shit. I needed to go home. But guess what? We couldn't go home because the guy that was at the counter took this bill, went into the kitchen, called the manager, brought him outside and had them put a flashlight through the note, and the whole time I'm just like, I'm scared to let out a fart here.
Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore.
Okay, I need to go home. But they're examining this note now, and I'm just like, what the hell's going on, okay? So basically, my grandma had unknowingly given my uncle a counterfeit note, and he had no extra money on him. So we had to stay there for a good 2 hours because my mom couldn't come there, my grandma couldn't come there, you know, my other aunt couldn't come there because they were all conveniently busy. So we went at like 4 o'clock. We probably ate until like 6 o'clock, and we had to stay there until like 7:30 or something because we had to get my aunt, who works at a bank, to get a good proper note to come pay our bill. Our uncle couldn't drop us home because they didn't trust him to come back. And they was like, you know what, I want you to, and the owner was like, you know what, I want y'all 4 little monsters to stay here because you know what, you ate it, you're gonna take responsibility for it. And I'm like, I'm 8 years old, sir. I don't care if I ate enough for 80 years worth, but I'm 8 years old, okay? And you know what? If y'all ain't gonna let me take a shit at home, I'm gonna take a shit right here. But you know what? I had to hold that shit in. We were literally standing there for like an hour while my aunt was like trying to get there. You put that much in, you gotta let that much out, okay? And immediately, and I needed to do that. And I couldn't do that because we were stuck at this restaurant. Hold up, I just realized something. My grandma is not an evil woman, but you know what? You never know people. So what if she gave us that fake note on purpose? Because I didn't eat her curry. I've got things to think about, people to confront. I'll get to the bottom of this. Anyway, so the next time life gives you an opportunity, maybe don't take that much advantage of it. Just a tiny bit advantage of it, okay? Love you, sweetie. Please learn from my lesson. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tiny, stupid little story time. Please be careful when you go to restaurants because even though I ate food, it felt like I ate a whole jar of laxatives because that's how much I had to shed. But anyway, I love you so much. There'll be videos soon. I'm sorry, I'm just so lazy and ugly to film. But make sure to like and subscribe. You actually don't like, I don't care about that. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to comment. But most importantly, make sure to share it to a friend who's unsuspecting and needs to become a part of this family. I love you, sugar. Give me a hug now. Give me a hug now. Come on, baby. All right.